Welcome everyone, my name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Welcome to my live, it's not live, I'm recording. Welcome to my video today. I'm going to show you how to make this triple cube pop-up box card. It folds down. This is just one of many that I've made. Some of them I've given away and some of them I did for customers. So this is how it works. It'll fold down into a 6x6 flat card, and you've got space on the back to do your writing, or your greeting and your message, and it folds down and then opens up. Your greeting sits in here. The only tricky part is getting this in here. It's a little bit fiddly, but I'll show you a quick way that I've worked out how to do it, and that's what we're going to be doing today. I hope you enjoy it. Now I've cut all the pieces, and I've also cut a lot of my embellishments that I'm going to be using. I've chosen Blushing Bride for my base, which is the same as this Balmy Blue I used on that one. I think it's Balmy Blue or Pool Party. I think it's Balmy Blue, that one. And you need to start with two pieces. They measure 5.5 by 11.5, and there's two of those, and I've scored these already. You're scoring at 2 3/4, 5.5, and 8 1/4, and 11. The 11, this little piece at the end here, is your tab that holds it all together when you make the cubes. And then you do the second one exactly the same, but this second one we're going to cut in half on the short side. And I'll just show you. So it's cut at 2 3/4. Because the width of that is 5.5. So we're going to go 2 3/4 to there. Make sure it's nice and straight. And we'll cut that in half. So if you score first, that way you've got all your measurements ready to go. So we'll just fold and burnish all of that on the score lines, which is this end. And I'll get my bone fold. I didn't get anything out this morning. I'm in a little bit of a rush, but we've got plenty of time to do the video. Hubby's home today in case the phone rings. I told him I don't want to have to get up to answer the phone. So that's one of the front cubes, and this will be the other. Just folding along all of the score lines. That was my alarm to start my video. I'm a few minutes ahead of time, but that's okay. Forgot to turn it off. That's the second front cube, and this will be the taller back cube. It's pretty simple to do. It's been around for a little while, this layout, and if you follow what I do, it's not that difficult. You've got to watch where you put all your bits to start with, so you don't put them in the wrong place. Now we'll start with this back piece. Put those aside. Now this little tab is going to go inwards, so I don't want to put, I'm going to put that piece on last because it's going to go over the top of that. It's not too hard to get in, so we can do the other three, and I'll just mark those so you know. You don't put your DSP on this one here. As you can see, I've got DSP down on the inside. I've just used a subtle pattern in there. The paper, I'll show you the paper I've used today. I only just got it the other day. It's the big 48 sheet Gingham Cottage, and I did see another lady use it, and it is so nice. It's all just checks, but it's all like a water wash, like a brush stroke check. It's got lots and lots of different colours. Some of them are a bit bright that I wouldn't, but the one side is like I've got a bigger check, that one, and then the other side has got the smaller check on this one, and it's very versatile because you can decorate it up as much as you like. If you get a flowery pattern or something, you've got to watch what you put as your decoration. And the stamp sets that I've chosen, I'll show you all the bits later. Season of Chic, if you call it. I've just used this die here, which is one of my favourites. The butterflies, it's only the dies in the butterflies. I chose that one and this smaller one here. My favourite butterflies. I love my butterflies. And the greeting, I've chosen this happy birthday, and I've also used this bit of a splotch on my back greeting panels. So that's those three. Oh, and I did use another one. I've got Just For You and Wishing You Everything Wonderful. The happy birthday I took out of this. So it is a birthday card. The one I do today will be for someone special. So we'll get going. Now I've cut all these pieces and I'll tell you the measurements as we go. The dies I've chosen, I'll show you as well. That's my outside. Yep. That's my greeting. They're all the outside ones. I didn't clip them together, but I know which is which. They're my back panels, which I've done that splotch. The back mats are Smoky Slate around the edge, and they measure 5 1/4 by 2 1/2, and I've got 2 of those. And then the basic white is 5 inches by 2 1/4. And before I adhered them together, I just did that splotch out of the artistically inked pattern, just to give it a little bit of pattern down the centre. You've still got plenty of room there to write. So that's those two. Now these are the inside mats. I've got 4 of these, 2 1/2 by 5 1/4, and that's for this bigger section in here. The smaller cubes, which are these ones, you need 8 of those for the inside, and they measure 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. So we've got 8 of those, and I didn't want to start sticking them all because I wanted to show you the cutting first, so it won't take long to adhere them in. I've got another, oh, there's the other die. The greeting that I chose is this one here, which is out of that, and I used these 2 dies. They're out of the stitched rectangle dies. I'm not sure what sizes they are. I think that's the second smallest, and then the next one up, and that's just put like that. We're going to put a hinge on the back of that. You need 2 little hinge pieces, and they measure 2 inches by 3/4 of an inch, and you just score them in half. You can just fold them in half if you like. It's just scored at 1 inch, but we'll get to that little bit. That's down towards the back end of the card. We don't need those. We shall put these on here first. Now we'll get back to this. So I'm not going to do that one just yet. I'm going to put these 3 on, and I'm using the smaller check side. This is Smoky Slate as well. I'll just get my Tombow. I could use snail, but I think it's quicker with this. My snail has been playing up lately, and my hubby fixed it for me the other day because it was all winding back on itself. These have got the little 1/8 inch border all the way around. When we get them straight. There's no mat around this inside section. You don't really need it. It's just to decorate up the inside, and it would make it a little bit too thick if you put another mat. But if you do put one, you just cut your mat to this size, whatever the measurement is for this one, and then do 1/8 of an inch smaller for your DSP. But I wouldn't recommend putting a mat on it. And there's no decoration on these panels on the inside. This is just to cover up the plainness of the pink, and it coordinates with the rest of my card. I have chosen silver cardstock for my butterflies and a few of the other little decoration bits. Now this piece here, I'm going to use tear and tape because I want it to make sure it doesn't come apart. So with these these on the inside, push your flap forward like that, and then just put this, I'm going to put it just a little bit away from the folded edge and all the way down. I'll just get my scissors. I was going to record this video earlier this morning, but I got sidetracked. We had to go out, and then now we're waiting. Someone will be coming later on this afternoon, so I need to get this finished. Now all you're going to do is fold that over and fold this shut, so you can see it's nice and even there. Now we've still got it, so you can cover that join down there. We put this one in last. It's not too hard to get in, especially if you use your Tombow. I think if you use snail or tear and tape or anything, once it sticks you can't move it, but this way you can easily slide that in there and line it up where it should be. I better get up here, you probably can't see what I'm doing. Just trying to get that in the center a bit more. That's the beauty of the Tombow, you can move it. I think that's fairly straight. Yep. I'll just give it a good press down, and that's the inside done. Now we can do the same with these two smaller pieces, and as we did on the first one, the one furthest away from the tab is not going to have the DSP put on just yet. So we'll do those. I'm just double checking. Yes, that's fine. I always forget when we put the greeting in there. You've got to watch that you don't put all your decoration down, but it goes underneath the actual box part itself. And there's no, I don't think there's any sort of direction for these. I'll see if I can get them all the same way if there is a wider stripe on some. Just stick all these on. That's obviously the wrong one. I hope I've got enough cut. I can easily cut another one. I had end little bits that I cut off the strip. I think the wider strip goes like that. Beautiful weather here today. It's quite sunny, and I think it was supposed to get to 25 degrees. Winter's almost gone, thank goodness. We've not long been back from a holiday. I had 10 days down the coast at Kirra. Not sure if some of you know where Kirra is. It's down the south, down almost to the New South Wales border. Lovely spot, pretty close to the beach. We had a couple of not so nice days of weather, but it was more of just a relax. I took a bit of crafting stuff with me, got some Christmas cards done. I think I've posted some on, I'll mention my Facebook page after I've done this. Cards by Laura. I think I've put a few photos up there of the start of my Christmas cards, and also my tips and tutorials page where these videos will go, and also the instructions and the PDF will be on there for all of my cards. I don't know if I put my Christmas cards on the tips and tutorials page. I know I did on my little private group page and my personal wall. I put them up. And one of the sets of cards I did with the Lights Aglow DSP, one of the new ones in the mini catalogue. I put it up on the demonstrator page, which is worldwide, and got lots of lovely comments. So that was good. Now, so we're going to do exactly the same. Put a piece of tear and tape down this little strip here, just in from the edge a bit. And the same on this one. got lots coming up. I have a, well, by the time you see this video, my class will be finished. I have a class this Wednesday. Then I have a charity day coming up this week as well, which it will be finished by the time everyone sees my video. Just put that across there. It's not cut very straight, but we'll fix that in a sec. Just trim that a little bit. Obviously didn't cut that too well. You won't see that. It's pretty good. And the same with this one. We'll open it up that way and put that in there. I hope I wasn't off camera too much before. Now we're going to slot that little one in there. This one's a little bit easier because it's not as wide or not as deep as the first one. That way, I think. Just slot it in there. Try and get it straight. If you line up one end and get it even on the sides, and then it'll all fall into place. Except that one needs to come down a bit. I don't like it too crooked. That's good. And the other one, I did have the right number. That must have just got put in the stack with the ones I was going to use. I think it's this way. I'll just slot that one in there. And that covers up the little tab that holds, makes it into the cube. So that's all of the inside done. Now this is where you've got the join, which is there. I'm going to put it, actually I'm going to put it to the back. You can put it either way. I think if you put it to the front, this one here I've got to the back. If you put it to the front, you see it down the centre there, so it's nicer if you put it down the back. So we'll turn that to the back like so, and then these, they come in on their side like so. That one will go there and that one will go there, and that's the basis of it. But to do this greeting, and I'll show you an easy way that I've picked to do it, we'll do the greeting next because it's got to go in underneath these. Now I'm going to mark these. This one's going to get stuck to the back, and this here is going to get stuck to the back. So both of those, actually I better check that, because where the join is here, you want the join inwards. So I might rub that out. I'll just fix that. I forgot about that. Just tidies it up nicely if you find the join that you had there and put it to the bottom and to the back, so it's in back facing in right as far away as you can to see it. So it's down in this bottom corner. So we'll stick that one on there. That will go there. And the same with this one. We might have even got, we fluked this one and we got it right. There's my join there. So that one will go there, and I've already marked that. So it's just the one. So they will go like that. Now you know you've marked where they've got to go. Now this here, I found the easiest way than trying to, because once these are on, to try and fiddle away and get this in here, that way, to get it in there, it's quite difficult to fiddle around in there. So I worked it out that we will do it first before we put these on. Now these are 2 3/4, so roughly 1 and 2 1/2 is 1 1/4, 1 and we'll go not quite. I don't want it exactly in the middle. I'll just go half, a bit under 1 1/2, about there. That's just roughly halfway. Oh, I need to mark it on here. Yes, I was just going to mark one, and then I just want to mark it on here. Make sure I've got that slot to the back again. So if you mark this on here where it's, I might go up a little bit there. It's a bit low. It's about half there. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not measuring. So I'm going to put my hinges there. So what we need to do is put these, now I've got to make sure I get them the right way, this way. So the fold of the hinge will go inwards like that. And we can put tear and tape on those. And then the greeting will get stuck to that, but we'll put that on after we get these bits on. It's easy enough to get this on, but to get these hinges in the back, it's not as easy. So I'm just going to put a little bit of tear and tape on these. You want tear and tape so it's nice and firm and doesn't and I'm going to do each side separate because I find, well, the other side's got to come onto the greeting anyway. Just trying to find my, I'll just put 2 little bits on one side of this. Make sure the scored side is in the center. So 2 on that one, and I'm going to cover that. That's where I put my measurement there, but you won't see that. I'm going to cover it up so I don't have to worry about rubbing it out. 1 there, and this will never come out then. It's nice and secure. So that's those 2. Now we can put those in. I'm going to center it where I've put that little pencil mark. And you need, if you fold it in half and just center that on your pencil mark and halfway of the width of that, and just put it just onto the left side of the score line, so it will still work as close as you can, but not on the score line. So that's 1. And we'll do this one. Keep losing my tools. Where did I put my pick tool? I heard it roll, and now I've lost it. We'll just use our fingernail. It was there a minute ago. If anyone can see it, I'll find it in a sec. So this one will be the same. Just butt it up against that one, and it'll just a tiny, tiny smidge. Make sure they're nice and straight. Don't know where that pick tool went. We'll get by without it. We'll find it in a minute. Oh, there it is, right in front of my eyes. It's usually as close as you can see. So then you can put just Tombow on the top of this, because you need, when you get it to put it in there, you need a bit of wiggle room to sort of center it up. It's really hard to see. I'll just measure that. We can rub, that's 3 1/4, so 1 1/2 and 1 5/8. 1 5/8 is half. So we'll just put a tiny little pencil mark at 1 5/8. So that's about halfway. So when you do it, if you can sort of line that up halfway and line it up with this score line that way, and then it'll sit on top of that hinge. But we need to do this first. Now this one's going to go where the cross is, and that join goes downwards, so we'll need it that way. Just keep turning it until and you'll see where. Now when you put this in, it's got to go underneath the top flaps, these 2 little ones that are sticking out. It's got to sit underneath that, and then the greeting flap will come up over the top. So we've got that one, and then we've got this one. So both of those will come in like that, but make sure this hinge piece is sticking out. So we can put, I think I'll just put Tombow on this. So I've got a bit of wiggle room. You've got to get it nice and centered so it's nice and square sitting on the back. And then it's just a matter of decorating all the pieces. So that's going to sit like that. Get that one out of the road for a sec. What you can do, you can lie it flat, centre it up so it's even down your sides. Make sure these little flaps are up. And this should be square all the way around the perimeter. It should fit exactly on top of the base one. But just line it up first and then give it a good press down. And then that will come in that way. The way I watched, or when I watched a video years ago to do this one, she was fiddling around in here after she'd put the cubes on, and it was just so difficult to do. I found this much easier. So that's one on. As you can see, it goes like that. Just making sure, oh yeah, that's fine. There's all these are separate cubes after this. Now this one's exactly the same, so that's going to get stuck on there. And lift the little flaps up, and then it'll lie flat on there. So if you mark your cubes where they've got to be stuck, so you're not turning and turning all the time trying to work out where to put them, and you don't have to rub the pencil marks out anyway. So that one's exactly the same. You're going to line it up nice and square on the base, on the top rectangle one, the bigger cube. Just make sure it's nice and sitting in there. And try and make it square, and just make sure these little tabs are out. We'll probably put the greening on last anyway. So that's all of that. That's how it sits nicely. Just make sure I've got enough glue on there. I might just push a little bit more in there. You can use tear and tape on these, but if it sticks too soon and you haven't got it straight, then it's really hard to move it. So I would suggest it's all held together with tear and tape down your joints. So if you've got enough glue on these, that's quite secure. That's that part. Now I'll show you my decorations. Actually, we can probably put these. See, now this is what I mean. If you hadn't have put those in there and you're trying to put them in after, this part is really difficult to get in here and open it up at the same time. So we're just going to put some Tombow on that. I might rub that. Don't know whether to rub that pencil mark out. I think I can rub it out after. Or I'll just eyeball it. I'll rub it out now, and I'll just eyeball where it should sit. Now we need, just make sure that's stuck securely. Oh, now that's another way of doing it. Hold it like that. It's pretty flexible, this card. If you hold it like that, now I only just worked that out myself just now, so you were at first. Hold it like this, and it's easy to get on. You don't have to worry about trying to get your hands in there. How clever is that? I know the previous one I did, it was it's very frustrating trying to get this in, and you can sort of centre it up if you look at each side of this. Just make sure I'm in focus. And just sit that on there for a few seconds. Pinch the back of it. Make sure it's straight. That's the beauty of that Tombow. Get it nice and straight. Try not to keep moving it so it's not going to. You can make your little hinge pieces a bit longer if you wish. I think the 2-inch long is big enough. You don't want to be seeing too much of it. And that's how it sits in there. How cute is that? Now wait till you see the decorations. They're even cuter. I have got, I don't think we need the tear and tape anymore, or the rubber. What I've got, I'll do the 2 back panels first, which I showed you before, and I'm going to put that pattern. I'll have a look, see what it looks like. So this can all fold flat. You can work on it flat. So I might go that way. I thought of going that way, but I think I want the pattern to the outside, so I'll go this way. I might use a bit of snail on this one, because I know I can get it straight to start. Well, I hope I can get it straight to start. I was using this when I was down on holidays, and it started to get all wound up and back on itself and everything, and I asked my hubby to fix it, and because I didn't have a spare one there to show him how it rolled, which piece it rolled onto, he couldn't fix it. And then when we got home, I got one of my refills out, and I gave him that and this part, and within 2 minutes he fixed it. I was going to lose half of my roll of snail because it was all wound up, and I think he cut it as well, or broke it, broke the snail itself. Make sure I do this one the right way. And I didn't think it'd sort of rewind again, but it did. Handy hubby. So that's my back done. I didn't write any greetings on it. This one here, I've put some, that's all gold embossed on the back of that one, but this one I've just done plain. And I've stamped the greeting in Smoky Slate as well, so it ties in with the DSP. Now the front pieces, this is the exciting bit. All of these, the Smoky Slate, you need 6 of these, so you've got 2 up here, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't worry about the bottom. That there needs a little bit more glue, I think. I'll fix that later. Oh, it's still holding. 2.5 by 2.5 is the grey Smoky Slate, and then the front patterns, the DSP, they're 6 of again, and they're 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. So that's those. And what I've done, I've decorated them with, I've got 4 butterflies, and I've done some with the pink at the back, or 2 with the pink at the back, and 2 with the silver, and then vice versa. And also gone over the pink butterflies with Wink of Stella, and then I've just spotted lots of my rhinestones gems around. And then the other 2, which I thought I would put up the top, that is out of that Charming Sentiments set. I did have some stamped. I don't know where I've put them now. I did have them stamped in. I used pink cardstock with the grey, but you couldn't see it as much. But I think I'll put them up there, or maybe one there and one there. And then I'm just going to scatter the butterfly ones around. That's a pink one, so long as they're all in different spots. That one can go over there. I just lay them all out to start with. That's a white and a silver and a pink, and that one down there, so they're all opposites. So then we can just stick all those on, and we're pretty much done. So I'll just use snail on these. I didn't want any, that one took me quite a while because there was a lot of die cutting. This one did have a little bit, but not as much. But embossing as well. I did quite a bit of gold embossing on that one. But for the sake of my video, I'll just move those off a bit. We shall just do it quickly today. You've got the gist of how it goes. Centre those nicely. That's out of that Textured Chic die set. It's really pretty. That I've used it on this one as well in the gold. And if you cut one full piece with the die, and then it's just cut into 2 bits, and I think I left a little bit in the middle that I didn't use. That's not going to go there. I'm going to have a butterfly up here. And it makes a lovely decoration. And then with the greeting, I was going to just leave it plain, but the greeting over the top looked nice. So that one goes up there. I'm just trying to mix and match them up so that they're not all the same together. That one. So it'll be these 6 panels. If you lay it flat like this, it'll be that and that. So you can do it this way. And this way you can see what you want where. That one will go there. My greeting will go here. And 2 butterflies, one there and one there. Yeah, I'll leave the greeting up there because I want to be able to see the greeting more so. Although I think it'll work down. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. No, we're not. We're going to go this way. That one's stuck down. That'll do. Stop procrastinating. I usually lay it out first and work out my layout and then do it after that. I will put that greeting towards the bottom. We won't change our mind again. I was going to start and do live videos, but I think I'm a bit more comfortable doing it this way, recording and then uploading. It's just if I'm busy on the Monday morning when I've got to record, I suppose I can schedule it, make sure I'm not doing something else. But if I do it this way, I just schedule it for Monday morning to go onto my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd love you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Got lots of nice ideas and cards. I do a lot of 3D cards, which is the basis of what I've done so far. When coming on Christmas, I'm going to do a Christmas card in this layout, but that'll be further down the track. I don't mind this layout, and it's quite quick once you cut all your pieces. I reckon it'd look nice, and I'm a traditional red and green Christmas card person. And I think we're done. Move all that aside. That's my cord hanging. I'll just move that. Excuse my hand. Oops, excuse me bumping the phone right at the end. Sorry about that. And that's 2 of them. Love the pink and grey. I'm always a fan of pink and grey. So that's that. And the happy birthday sits nicely in there. You could put some rhinestones on that as well. But for posting, just close it up flat like that. Goes into a 6x6 envelope. And it's quite effective. I made one a few weeks ago now. It was for a gentleman, a friend of my daughter's. He wanted one for his dad for Father's Day. And his dad loves gardening, and I did one with all plants and that potted plants set that we had. I think it's retired now. Lots of potted plants, and I had another set that had a garden rake and a ladder and tools and stuff. So I put all that all over the cubes, and he just loved it. It's not Father's Day for another week or so yet, but he thought it was magnificent. So that's it for me. I will show you. I think I've got it out here somewhere. That was another one I did quite a while ago, back when that paper was current, with all the, and as you can see, I've got butterflies on that one as well. I don't know where I put. Oh, this is the DSP, where it's on page 59 in the mini catalogue. It comes in with this cottage wreaths, which I also got that pattern. But it's 48 sheets in the 4 of each of 12 double-sided designs. And it's lots of nice colours in there. Real red, blushing bride, pumpkin pie, garden green, mint macaron and basic black. lovely, lovely set. But I don't know where I've put my other things. I did have them out. I wanted to show you my... I'll just have a quick look. No, I haven't got them. Don't know where I put them. That's all right. I will mention it on when I upload my PDF, where to find my Facebook page and my tips and tutorials page. Most of you should know by now. I thought I got the sheets out. That's okay. That's it for me. Hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you give it a try. It's not too difficult to do. Just your greeting. Make sure if you do it the way I did it, it's not a problem. And I'll catch you all again next week. See you later. Bye.